Guys, welcome back to Breaking Barriers. About to say, welcome back to Rise and Grind. This is John and Megan. Megan, how was your weekend?
It was great. It was fall weather, very rainy and relaxing. How was yours?
Good. We just announced that Jacqueline and I are having twins, which we're super excited about. I've been dying to share that with everybody, but here we are. Finally, we're able to announce it, so we're super excited.
It's so exciting.
Welcoming two healthy, beautiful twins. We're so grateful.
In April, right?
In April 2024, coming April 2024, baby. Let's go. So let's dive in here. We got a lot to talk about, and let's get it.
All right. So if you haven't seen the viral video of ChatGPT analyzing a really confusing parking sign, we're going to show it to you because this parking sign is really confusing to try to understand. Essentially, ChatGPT is starting to think for you. With the latest update, it now can analyze photos, understand spoken words, and even respond in a synthetic voice. So let me pull this up so that we can showcase it to everybody. How many times have you parked in a downtown space and you're not really sure if you're allowed to park there or not?
Oh my God.
I can't tell you how many tickets I've had, how many parking tickets I've had because of that. And now with ChatGPT being able to analyze parking signs for you. I mean, look at this. No parking 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. There's even a school day exception, tow away school days. I would not know how to understand this sign at all. And you can see the prompt here at the bottom. It's Wednesday at 4 p.m. Can I park in this spot right now? Tell me in one line. And it's able to read, understand the sign based on the prompt and say, yes, you can park for up to 1 hour starting at 4 p.m. And by the way, that prompt comes in a matter of seconds, which my brain would not be able to decipher this whole time in a matter of seconds.
That township literally wants to give people tickets.
Yeah.
You cannot, we need to find what township this is in, because that is literally completely insane on every level. Like, how can you determine that? But ChatGPT is 1000% absolutely thinking for you. And now you can submit pictures and have it decode a crazy situation like that.
It's
which
insane
is wild.
How AI is evolving and the uses for it. And even Bing AI is releasing, and you got some use out of it pretty recently, right? How did you like it?
Yeah, so Bing, for anybody here, Bing, if you remember, is another search engine that is second.
Like I said, if you remember.
Yeah, it's second to Google. And they're now the first search engine that has their version of AI and ChatGPT version, right? Different softwares and technology, but they have their own AI now, which is Bing Chat, right? So with Bing, now you can chat, you can go on there, you can ask questions. And if you remember, in ChatGPT, you find yourself in a position where you only have information up to 2021, where Bing now has the ability for you to go in and for you to ask up-to-date questions and get real-time answers, and it scours the internet actively in the current version of the internet, where ChatGPT is only up to 2021.
The free version, the paid version they just released now has
everything, right? So, but the point though is, and what I'm upset about, right? Because I'm an iPhone guy, I'm a big Apple guy. But when it comes to search engines, obviously I'm a big Google guy. So at the end of the day, like the fact that Google doesn't have their chat yet, I'm just like livid about it.
Blown away.
Yeah, why does Google not have that yet? I cannot believe it. But with that being said, I know that when Google does finally release whatever it's going to be called, there already is a G Chat, but when they have a Google Chat or whatever it's going to be called, I know it's going to be crazy.
Yeah,
but just release it already.
I wonder if they're trying to think of ways to monetize it before they roll it
I think so. I think so. 100%.
Yeah, I like Google too. I think even with Bing AI offering those capabilities, I still resort to Google as opposed to Bing.
100%.
That's just me though. All right, we have some consumer behavior changes taking place, and there's some takeaways for brands if you're targeting Gen Z. Gen Z spending is reported to have declined this past year by 1%, which may not seem like a lot, but when you're looking at Gen Z consumer spending, they have limited discretionary funds to begin with, so that 1% really does limit them. In addition, when looking at Cash App versus Venmo, which I use Venmo. You don't use either of them, apparently.
Everyone I know uses Venmo.
Everyone I know uses Venmo as well. Cash App outperformed Venmo. 50% chose Cash App, which I've never used Cash
Which
App
blows
my life,
I've never even heard one human being that uses it.
No.
Never heard one.
No, me neither. Me neither. So just some things to think about. I know a lot of businesses have started to accept Venmo as a form of payment. I know my hairstylist accepts Venmo, where I get my nails done. All of these service-based industries, they do accept Venmo. So does it have to change for Gen Zs? Do you have to switch over to Cash App because it's not as available? So some things to consider.
But the one thing I do want to say though, on the first part of that, so with Gen Z and them like being the first generation to really fully grow up with technology in their faces, it makes sense. I mean, they also have a lot of different alternatives that they can utilize. So they know the internet better than anybody else, right?
Yeah, they really do.
So they're looking for alternative resources. And this is the thing too, they're also extremely conscious about the brands and what impact the brands make, right? So if it's a situation where, they, again, like Bomba socks blew up because every time you buy a pair, they donate a pair, right? And like Gen Z loves brand type of things like that, but they also like to get a good deal. So Temu, as an example, which is an Amazon alternative, doesn't have everything. I will be honest, it doesn't have like everything you can buy anything on Amazon, literally anything. On Temu, you can't literally buy anything, but you can get a lot of the things that you would get from Amazon, like like little things for home. Like we've gotten things, like I've gotten things like the things you put fruit in. What's it called? Like little fruit hanging thing in your kitchen.
Like a little basket. Like
yeah, it's not a basket. It's like a cool little whatever.
Yeah.
But you could buy things like that on there. You can buy memory cards. You can buy drones. There's a bunch of things you can get on there, and it's extremely cheap. Where like in America or on Amazon, if you're getting a drone, you're paying $5,000-6,000, maybe $1,000. On Temu, apparently, I've seen the reviews. Apparently, they're really good, but like they're $20.
No way.
$20.
No way.
The most expensive drone I saw on there was like $50.
That's insane.
And to think about, and it's like an HD, like 1080p camera, right? But these things are coming directly from China's like market, so our China's warehouses.
It reminds me of Alibaba a little bit.
Yeah, no, it's very similar, but it's a lot cheaper, which is crazy. But the point being is like there's things out there like that are also you're seeing a decline because they're going to places like that to get the better deal.
Right.
Like they're looking for the better deal.
That's a good point, actually. And I think that goes to say, not just for Gen Z, but for all generations right now, it's just being really particular about where you're spending your money. And if you can get a better deal for what you're trying to buy, why wouldn't you spend less for the same product, right?
Totally.
So
totally.
Temu is actually competing with a lot of brands who are selling. I went on there very recently, Christmas decorations. There are so many cheap decorations on Temu.
Oh my god!
Think about.
I didn't even think about that. I gotta look at. I've never even looked at that. Wow. Okay, Temu. If you haven't seen it, by the way, if you're just watching, Temu is like an Amazon alternative for little knickknack stuff, but it's like 95% off the normal prices, which is bananas. So definitely take a look at that.
Yeah. All right. Next up, we have TV commercials for streaming and cable being affordable.
Yes. So essentially, right now, as a company, as a brand, we're always looking for the edge. How can we get ahead? How can we get better? What can we do to get out in front of more people, right? When you think about advertising from the beginning, right? Coca-Cola, by the way, little history facts here. Coca-Cola was one of the first companies to start building the biggest and first brand, like in America. And the thing that they understood was when they put it in random areas, they knew, okay, if people keep seeing Coca-Cola, they're going to think about us. And I think when you think of like that edge, a lot of people are streaming, right? A lot of people, well, mostly people are streaming now.
Right.
So, you keep seeing these ads, on Hulu, on these different platforms and these little commercials. But the thing is that TV commercials for most of the business that are watching this right now, they're a lot more affordable than you think. A lot of times people are like, wow, that's got to be crazy. There's no way I can afford that. I remember I asked somebody one time, what do you think it would cost to put a TV commercial on CNBC, or on a football, when football's on, like, what do you think that would cost? And people were like, oh, $50,000, $100,000. And I was like, no, try under 1,000, right? So it's extremely affordable. And obviously people out there advertising on Google, advertising on Meta and the social media platforms is how most businesses do it now, right? It's the way that we get in front of more people because we know people are completely obsessed with these things right here, right? So they're always on it. So we want to be where they are. But people are also streaming. So don't sleep on streaming, guys. Don't sleep on streaming. That's all I want to say.
Even my live TV comes through Hulu. Like I get Hulu
Oh,
I watch my live TV through Hulu. Mm-hmm,
now, quick question. Do you have cable?
No.
So you just stream?
Yeah. But I get live, like my cable comes through Hulu. Like they have a live.
What?
They have so you can pay for Hulu.
Okay.
And then they have a sector where you can add on to get all of the shows, all of the channels that you would get through cable just through Hulu. So
how much extra is that?
I don't know. I think it's like, I don't know, like $60 extra. Don't quote me on that because I don't pay that bill.
That's, I want to know, if you're watching this, do you stream or do you have cable? Obviously everybody has Netflix. If you don't have Netflix, I don't know what you're doing.
Right.
But it's crazy because most people are. So the whole point of this is that yes, TV commercials are affordable. If you're trying to get that edge, trying to get in front of people, TV commercials are affordable. Look into it. And again, AS, we do that, obviously, do the production side and put them on platforms. But again, there are a lot of ways that you can do it and get out there. So definitely look into that better so you can get that edge on your competition.
Yeah, speaking of edge, even in my mind, I'm saying very boring industries only because the regular consumer wouldn't go to the Oklahoma's Department of Wildlife Conservation social media pages for entertainment, right? You wouldn't think to do that.
Nope.
But they found their own edge by being relatable and jumping on the bandwagon for any viral content. They actually gained over 530,000 followers on social platforms organically, mind you, by just finding a really casual and cheeky brand voice and being able to post things that are relatable to others. And I'm actually going to show an example because I found myself really enjoying the content that they were posting. And here's an example. No one remembers the weird thing you said at a party. They're thinking about how fall migration means there will be a moment when the last scissor-tailed flycatcher leaves the state. Not everything is about you, bro, right? So it's like funny things like that.
Yeah.
Or this went viral.
The cat first up.
And right now they're trying to draw attention to the migration of certain fish and things and different animals. And they're doing it through really funny and relatable content that's actually entertaining to go through. So this is just an example of how for your brand, you should take a relatable direction when you're thinking about your content. And don't be afraid to be funny with it because obviously adding a little bit humor helps. Look at this, 33.3 thousand likes.
That's absolutely
for the
insane.
Oklahoma Department of Wildlife Conservation.
I've never even heard of Oklahoma.
It is insane and good for them.
Yeah,
That's
wow.
a great strategy.
That's banana. But again, this is the thing. That's a great example. I'm stoked you brought that up because the thing is that most people are not being relatable. Most people are not doing things that are pop culture trendy things for their social media brands. And this is the thing. I don't care if you're an attorney, that you're a divorce attorney, or you're a real estate agent, or you're in the medical field and you're in a serious field. Guys, this is what the way of the world is now. That's what people want to engage with. They want to laugh. They want to laugh and they want to know and be educated by things. They don't want to see boring, anymore. They're over.
Exactly. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. Think about how you can spin it for your brand or your industry. All right, next up, we have a really, really cool innovation that you actually sent us this weekend, and it's the Fashion Innovation Interactive Dress by Adobe.
Guys, so literally this is bananas. I'm going to share this real quick. You want to share it? You share it. You'll do better than me. But check this out. So this freaking dress, okay? For all the ladies out there watching this, look at her dress real quick. So as this goes on, this dress, okay, by Adobe, right, is going to change and do completely different things. And you could change what color it is, the style. You can make it literally real. And look at this.
Yeah,
like, how insane is that?
Incredibly interactive.
And look at it. It looks like what's that called? Like a shimmery?
Yeah, it looks like sequins.
Sequins,
it looks like
thank you. I'm
sequins.
I'm like shimmery.
Moving around. When I first saw this,
play it again from the beginning.
Yeah, so, I love this. Especially before adopting social, being in the fashion industry, this speaks to my soul. When I saw this, I was like, that is incredibly, that is so next level. I wonder if it's heavy.
That's a good point, right? It's like what
thing that I thought
but
of.
look how the light, when she moves, the light appropriately shines as if it actually was sequence.
Yeah.
And so it looks like completely legitimate. But like it's wild because we talk about tech so much, we talk about where the world's going, the trends, all that good stuff. But when you look at this, what's completely bananas about that is that now wearables,
right,
like clothing, is going to have it's insane.
You know what? you can have one dress now. What this is telling me is you can have one dress, but a million different designs technically, right?
Yep.
Because you can have different patterns, different colors. Like you no longer have to buy different clothes for different occasions with this type of technology.
That's all right. In theory, in theory, right? So if guys had a suit like this, you could have every color in the dang rainbow,
every pattern,
and not have to change. Every pattern. You just wear one suit forever.
Essentially, it gives you the ability to do that, which is interesting. And then I wonder, talking about just the evolution of this, if we're going in this direction, I think designers, instead of creating products, they might start to just really focus on designs and how they can integrate.
So wild. And when you look at this though, what blows my mind is that like right now, at the same token, and by the way, if you're watching this, that's being dubbed Primrose by Adobe. But so the thing is though, is that cars are doing that. Like I've seen different futuristic concepts with cars where like you can change the color of your car anytime.
I've seen that.
And different stuff like that. Like living in that world is going to be insane, especially me being a car person or you being a clothes person. Like literally, like the fact that like we could be here, I could get here, be wearing this, and then she had a button on the front of her somewhere, and every time she clicked it, you saw different animations. But to be able to be here and be like, you know what, nah, screw it, I'm gonna go blue, boom, like that is so insane,
right?
But this is the future. This is like the reality of where we're going. It's insane.
Yeah, it really is. And it's exciting to see where we go. Like you said, even the cars, like typically you have to pay more for different interior colors or different, features on your car. With the ability to just change it.
Right.
You no longer need to do that. All right. The last topic that we have here are nano influencers are offering brands better ROI than Kim K.
Let's go. I love that. I love that.
Yeah, this is a really fun topic. And this is one that we've been talking about for a little bit. Just the migration to micro influencers. And now we're talking about nano influencers with even smaller followings. But what they offer is deeper conversations, more connection, and with that, a higher engagement rate because they have a more communicative audience than Kim K, who, I mean, I don't personally follow Kim K, but I know she has millions and millions and millions of followers. She doesn't have millions of people engaging with her brand or even really that well connected to her because she is a bigger celebrity. So we're seeing more and more brands partner with nano influencers to leverage influencer marketing.
Yeah, honestly, that literally makes my soul so happy that when we see stuff like that these little influencers that have 5,000-10,000 followers, whatever, like their audiences have way more loyalty because they trust these people, right? Whereas typically people like a Kim K as an example, like they're known as like selling their soul to make money, right? Like they like any brand that approaches Kim K and says, hey, here's $1 million, here's this, here's that. In most cases, like you even saw it, my mom and my sister unfortunately watch Keeping Up with the Kardashians. Don't love to admit that, but they do. And anyway, the point is, I remember forever ago, like it was on in the background one day when I visited my mom's house, my dad's house, and Kim was talking about how this clothing brand, like essentially approached her with $1 million offer to post one post on her Instagram.
That's insane.
And it was a clothing brand that had similar, not very similar, but like similar, like their shoe concepts were similar to Yeezys. So she approached Kanye and was like, listen, like I don't want to compete with you or whatever, but it is $1 million. And so she was considering taking it. And that's when Kanye gave her equity in Yeezys so that she never would want to compete against her own company, right?
That's crazy.
But that's my point, is like she was willing to do it even though it was her husband at the time's company that she would be competing with. That's what I'm saying. At that level, when you have nano versus or even micro versus huge influencers, right? Influencers that are massive guys, they're getting major offers, so they'll just post anything. It's not about if it's healthy or if it's clean, if it's that. If they get a major offer, in most cases, they're going to take it. Whereas these micro influencers don't have those opportunities yet. So they're super holistic still.
And chances are for a nano influencer, micro influencer, they've used the product, they've tested it before. Like they actually like the product that they're pitching to you. Whereas bigger celebrities, again, they're doing it for the price tag. So check out your nano influencers. Don't skip them over when you're considering influencer marketing.
Yes, definitely.
All right. And that is all she wrote for today.
That's all true. Guys, if you were with us before this, we apologize. We had some technical difficulties in the studio here. But guys, happy Monday.
Happy Monday.
And Megs, what kind of inspiration should we be talking about here on this Monday? We're kicking everybody off in their week here. We're grateful. Before we do that, actually, if you know a business owner, a brand, or somebody who's trying to get up and at them in the sales, whether it's real estate or some sort of sales profession, this is the place to send them. You can subscribe on our YouTube channel, on our LinkedIn, Meta, Suite, Instagram, Facebook, the whole thing. But our goal is to get you the emerging trends that are happening right now, data, everything, to make sure that you can make better decisions with data and obviously grow your brand, grow your business. So obviously, if you care or love a small business owner or somebody who's a sales professional, share this with them, please.
Yes.
And thank you. But anyway, so Megan was about to get inspirational on us here. So what do you got for us? Anything?
The first thing that comes
we're gonna
to
double
mind
team
is
this one.
just
We're
like,
double team this
what can you do better this week? And there's so many times where we have conversations with clients, with team members, with friends and family, and they all talk about things that they want to achieve or scenarios that maybe didn't go as planned. And it's easy to think of outside resources and not yourself first, right? So what is one thing that you can change this week, even if it's a 1% change, that will project you forward towards your goal?
I really like that.
Yeah, point your finger back at yourself. That's basically what I'm saying.
It's so easy though, and I love that you just said that, because it's so easy when things are not going the right way or your way, or when you're just trying to get better at something. A lot of times, and I'm gonna quote a little Michael Jackson, a little throwback here, but the man in the mirror thing, right? Like, it's like, the only way you can change the world is if you change yourself first, right? And I think each week over week. Oh, I'm gonna jump with you on this, because I heard this and it literally broke my brain. So the magic that you're looking for in your life is hidden behind the work you don't want to do.
Oh my God, you asked me for inspiration.
Whoa. Whoa, right? So the magic you're looking for in your life is hidden behind the work and the things you don't want to do.
We gotta get that on the poster.
I'm about to get a tramp stamp of that. I'm about to put that. I'm about to put that on my back. I'm about to tattoo that. But I heard
next vlog.
I heard that this week, and I was like, "Whoa!" Like,
that's powerful.
That was so powerful. And this is the thing. There are so many things I want to avoid. Perfect example of this. Like this morning, I woke up and I was just like jacked up, ready to go, and there's different parts of my morning, my workout stuff that I don't want to do. Like right now, I'm back into taking a really, really cold shower. And when it's really cold out, the water is a lot colder than it normally is, obviously during the summertime and the spring and the fall. But so I put the shower on cold this morning. I was like, and I was giving myself every reason not to do it. I was like, I got to run. I'm running late. I got this going. I got that going on. And I'm like, no, you know what? I'm not going to negotiate with myself anymore.
Yeah.
And I'm going to take that from Brian Johnson. If you don't know, he's a guy who's like fighting anti-aging right now, hardcore with the Blueprint. But he said that his mind is completely irresponsible, his conscious mind. And he does not negotiate with his conscious mind anymore.
Ooh, I love that too.
So I was like, damn. But it made me think about that, because a lot of the work and a lot of things in our personal lives, in our careers, whatever it is, relationships, going the extra mile in our relationships, it falls to all the things that we want, right, are behind a door. And that door is right behind that door. Actually, the door itself is the things we don't want to do or keep putting off.
Right.
And that's when I heard that, I was like, whoa. I jumped in that damn shower. I was like, let's go. But I think that's the thing, guys. This week, I hope that resonates with you guys. The magic is behind the things you don't want to do or keep avoiding. So let that sink in a little bit. Think about that. And we all can think about things that we're putting aside, not putting the most effort into, work stuff that we're being lazy or whatever else, in personal, whatever. But the magic is in the work you don't want to do. And that's mind blowing.
That is
mind blowing. But yes, guys, happy Monday. I hope you guys create, because you're in charge of it. Create a great freaking week. And we'll see you next time on Monday.
We'll see you next week.